Hello, and welcome today. I think this is 64. It's been like 2 weeks since I did any of this. But yeah, hi. I don't want to spend too long doing an intro on this since it's been so long. But yeah, it's been 2 weeks since we did any kind of like stream or shiny hunting, so I don't want to take up too much of the time with doing a long, lengthy intro on what it is we're going to be doing today, which is just going to be hunting more of Articuno. I am going to be talking a little bit softer, even though I probably don't need to, because Kat is going to be in the other room while she's trying not to lose her mind. I'm also trying to lose my mind because I have Pokemon cards on my desk trying to flop everywhere. But hi, how is everyone? I am a little sick, so you'll probably hear like sniffling and maybe a little coughing if I don't catch it. Do I remember outro? Probably not, but it'll probably come to me at the end. In regards to Kai being upset, I'm sorry. I can't control the weather. We'll only be going for like a couple hours today, so we're only gonna be going for roughly 2 hours today. Because there was some stuff that Kat and I still need to do over this weekend, mainly to prepare for spring. And here in a little bit, she's probably gonna need my help with the other set of cats that we have. You don't feel very good? Why not? Also, what happened to my screen? Oh, huh? Oh, what? My OBS freaked out and now everything's all squinted. What happened? No, not that. Nope, not that. I got rid of 2 sources I actually need. Hello? What is going on? Why is it? My screen is like entirely squished. Is that showing for you guys too, or is it just me? If it's just for you guys, cool. If it's not, I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's just me. That's weird. I wonder why it's doing that. Is there any way I can change this without? I'm trying to see if there's a way for me to, because like everything's all like I'm seeing half my screen. Oh well. You're missing the sidebar? Sidebar? What do you mean? Yes, 2 weeks back in the game cover. I don't have that on Pokemon. Let me change my scene. It'll probably end up messing everything up, but wait. Okay, no weird. Never mind, I got to fix. I just activated studio mode. Oh man. I need to pull up Kai's stream so that way I can make fun of him while I'm here. I don't know how many resets we'll get today, but we are starting at 6,500. Let's see if I can get in the proper swing of things. I forgot to end the month of March as well, so I guess I'll do that live since I wasn't expecting to miss out in 2 weeks, but now things happen. So who actually has the most points right now? So Whiskers, you actually win. Because I didn't reset anyone yet. So you win the month of March. Which means you're starting your streak again. So I also need to reset you. Yeah, SLS, what kind of Pokemon do you want this time around? Let's see here. Loyalty leaderboard. Okay. Copy that number and I'll write it down later. You want a Dragonite? Oh no, okay, never mind. You shall consider it. Alright. Take all the time you need. The last time you made a Pokemon name, I think it was actually for this Articuno. I think, anyway. Ah. Do 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 do. And now the first raffle of being back. We have a list of all taken Pokemon. We do not. It'd be a kind of long list, but I have my laptop. I can always just quickly reference to see if it's on. I can't wait to get a shiny while I'm currently sick. I'm gonna try to mute the microphone every time I get a cough, but sometimes they may sneak up on me. But I have a nice like crack of to open a monster for you if you want to hear it. I don't know how well it picked it up, but I hope it picked up well. I kind of opened it behind the microphone, so it probably picked up weird. Yeah, guys, I've missed you. It feels weird to not stream when you've been doing it for essentially a year, and then to just kind of like, no, it feels weird. It didn't feel that weird back in April of last year because I hadn't been streaming that long. It had only been like a month or so. But this April, I don't intend to go on almost a month-long hiatus. Also, just want to point out to you, Sal, that Whiskers just got reset and already has 5,000 points. You didn't join. But no, it's been a weird 2 weeks. Like, long story short, Cad's boss decided to be stupid. So now they both don't have a job, which is funny to me. Now she's supposed to find out something, like I said, at the latest on Tuesday, which is really funny because there's one position she applied for that has a funny outcome if it ends up happening. I'll talk about that at some other point, but not right now. I don't want to see if it happens first. I don't want to jinx it out of existence. You should just go with Ekans or Arbok and have them named Snake or Cobra. Go with the reverse name. How dare? Aren't you gonna make it something fun? Come on, you gotta make it better than that, Whiskers. Last time you had Kyrulius. Also, don't forget that fishing is back on the menu. I know it's been a while. You have Lapis and Lazuli, yeah, for Psyduck and Golduck. You're looking through the Pokedex right now? Gotcha. Why is it I'm the first one to get a Ralts? I would like to add, just in case you didn't know, you can name Pokemon that are outside of the 151 right now. If you wanted to say something like Galvantula or something like that. Or Bisharp on the screen there. B-Sharp, Bisharp, Bisharp. The bisectional harp. You know how it is. So, really tough as possible? I believe so, actually. Yeah, it'll just take a while to get to it. You're right. I mean, to be fair, the pro to being here early in this whole Shiny Living Dex is that you just get to name most of the Pokemon. Yeah, you have Hoopa, and that... Technically, Hoopa doesn't even have a shiny form released, as far as I remember. It might, like, with, Pokemon Home. But yeah, you'll get Hoopa. If there's not a shiny form, then you'll get that one, and then whenever it gets replaced, eventually, with an event Hoopa that's shiny, that one will get renamed to you as well. Channel, do you think? I think so, but who's to say, really? I grab my laptop. Actually, I don't have to grab my laptop. If I go to the desktop, I have, let's see here. I have it tracked from like, let's see here. I have it tracked from June of last year. And so since June, I've tracked Growlithe, Gyarados, Meowth, Psyduck, Golduck, Voltorb, Machamp, Articuno, and Bulbasaur. So all of those are, in theory, already taken, and I don't recall anyone taking Jigglypuff or Wigglytuff yet. So, or Iggly, was it Igglybuff, I think? For that matter. So, any of them are really open, as far as I'm aware. I should move the spreadsheet that I have for it to my actual desktop that I'm doing the stream on here. But the issue is I don't have Excel on this computer. Also, I shouldn't have closed the notepad. I need to add that U1. Lord Whiskies. 2025. Sorry, I'm typing this all in live, you know how it is, right? I hate that I keep forgetting to like skip that because there's no audio during it. Wow, what? What? Wow, what? What is it, buddy? Did you fish terribly, or is it that you won the raffle again? By the way, I didn't mention this last time because I haven't streamed since then. Last time we were streaming, we rated out, I believe, to Essie, and during that, someone followed. So Mystic Forest VT, thank you for following. I always want to make it a point to always thank people who follow, at the very least. Like every interaction you have with the chat, I always want to like make sure that I'm able to really say thank you to that kind of stuff. Because like if, let's say I was to get popular, if chat goes too fast, I'm gonna feel bad about not being able to reply to everyone, but I can always give them their moment whenever they follow. It's I don't know, that's what I'm trying to maintain anyway. You know, if I ever get popular with the kids. Not literally. This is no place for kids. Do you hear how often I cuss? $10K going out. You're honestly surprised that I got Bulbasaur? Why? I mean, with enough perseverance, you're gonna get anything in this game. No, I will say I am fairly likely to reset over Articuno by accident because of how simple its color shift is. Alakazam's possible name? I believe so. I don't think anyone's named. Ooh, so maybe someone's named Abra. Like before I started this, I gave certain people like free names. I might have to check Abra, but I don't think Alakazam was. Hey, you got a Kangaskhan. Let's go. It's just lighter, right? What do you mean? I probably should actually just grab my laptop. After a certain point, I'm gonna have guest appearances for the laptop. Yeah, it's just lighter. It's kind of like more ice color than blue. There's also going to be a lot of times there's going to be some Pokemon that are going to be very similar to Tell in that kind of vein. For example, Gengar, he's just a slightly different shade. Uh, desktop. Why do I never remember where I keep these things on my computer? Bro, where is it? Oh, okay. Could not find it. Ready? Let's see here. Abra. I'm just finally had to find it. Actually, yeah, all three of them are available. For some reason, I thought, but I might have been talking to someone who might have wanted to name an Abra. Houdinia? Is that what you're going with? Or did you just accidentally add an A at the end of Houdini? Ooh. Maybe. Alright, so you're really hoping that the Alakazam's a female. Okay, let me cut that down real quick. So Alakazam. Houdinia. But hey, congrats on winning March, Whiskers. Are you going to try and do the three-peat again? Since you failed to get the third month in January, I believe? Is that when it got broken up? Yeah. Or no, February. You had December and January, then Kai won February. I can hear movement outside, I think. Yeah.
Luna almost escaped.
Luna almost escaped? What do you mean she almost escaped?
I opened the back door to everything outside. His husband. I come back over to the other door. Like, over here. And I'm like, where's Fat Ass? And Fat Ass had snuck around there, but had 3 of her 4 paws in the back porch already. Grabbed her and said, you fucking idiot. I said, and you lost your door privileges. I closed the back door again.
Yes. So you prevented her from seeing what the outside area looks like.
That's what you do. It paws flip out.
Oh yeah, and somehow end up on the roof again.
Dude, she flip out, get eaten by a dog.
Alright, what? Whoa, wait. Wait, what feline eating dogs do you know of? Just casual.
Like kill cat.
Yeah, but they're not eating them.
They're raw eater.
Yeah, but like we're not talking like hyenas or like, you know, wild dogs like that you'd find in Africa.
Wild pig.
Okay, I mean that's fair, but I don't think a pig's just gonna straw up and eat Luna. Just slurp her up.
Just.
I guess. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works.
Kirby pig or they could exist.
A Kirby pig. What does that even mean?
Exactly. That's
a Kirby pig. Listen,
it still has Mystery's eyes.
Listen, I'm pretty sure that pigs still have to chew things. They don't just inhale.
I think it's false full their stomach.
Bruh. Really?
Dude, hogs eat sliding off a building.
Aren't the hogs the one that have the tufts? I'm thinking of boar. Well, yes, I know. I said coyote. Oh, no, I didn't say coyote. I said hyena, didn't I? Yeah, I said it's style.
Coyote.
Okay, fair, granted, but I don't really consider when I hear dogs, I think of like domesticated dogs. And she's still yelling at the cats. Do you need my help now with Luna and Mister?
No, it's great. Um,
I mean, I know you don't, but just in case you do. Mister's hiding. He's hiding from the smell.
yeah, he's hiding from the smell. Eyes are warm. I told you.
By the way, you were praising my microphone for like being good quality and stuff like that. You do realize that it can still pick you up from here, right?
Yeah, like door open. Close.
Actually, no, it still can if I'm talking. It'll pick you up if I'm talking. It won't if I'm not.
If you really talking, back there like, what are you?
Yeah. As a reminder, I try not to cuss, but everyone else is allowed to.
That's my problem.
Also, Sal says hi.
Everybody else.
Why are you saying it like that? Yeah. It does when you're not talking, but it skips. Yeah. I kind of figured that was the case. Sorry. I kind of figured that was the case, but it's one of those things where like the microphone is good. It has good pickup range whenever it's like activated. So I really enjoy this mic. I enjoy my Wavelength 3. I'm glad that Kat got it for me with this boon mic for like $100. I've had a lot of microphones throughout my days of streaming. Like, I've really always, I don't know, I never really like knew what kind of microphone I wanted. I always heard about how good like a starting microphone like the Snowballs were, until I found out later that they're actually really not that good. They're all right, but they're not that good. Oh, I forgot to start in the raffle. A really short ad. Yeah, this show up every so often. I'm glad that they do. But I've only had in my streaming, I think I've streamed with 4 different microphones. 2 were headset microphones and 2 were actual microphones. I don't remember what the headset I was using back then was. The one I used before, like before I started doing what we're doing right now, like this past year, it was a Razer headset whenever I streamed directly from the Xbox. And then whenever I started stream with my laptop, I started using a JLab microphone from like Walmart. And it actually wasn't terrible. It wasn't good by all means, but it was definitely better than my headset microphone. And I can tell because I've listened back on some of the old streams back before I got this whole setup. And then right now I'm using a Wavelength 3, which is an Elgato product. Another Elgato product. I have 2 of them. I have a capture card, the HD60S, and now the Wavelength 3. I'm slowly becoming an Elgato fanboy. But even back whenever I started YouTube, whenever I was like trying to like record gameplay for like Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 and let's see here. I believe the video was DBZ Budokai Duels, and I was trying to do what is it? It's PS2 Castlevania. I think it's Lament of Innocence. I was trying to do those with the Dazzle, if anyone remembers those. But I ended up not pursuing that too much due to the fact that for some reason it caused a lot of audio desync. And that was also before I was doing like commentary or doing voice in the streams and stuff like that. So it was just pure gameplay, and if the gameplay is desynced, then what's the point of doing that, right? Alright. So for those who haven't been in the Discord or who I've talked to in Twitch, I've had some wild shiny luck off stream lately. One morning I woke up, got on Pokemon Go because I'm trying to like get leveled up for that whenever I try to start hunting Meltan and Melmetal. And I got a Joltik. Like the first Pokemon I encountered of the day, the first Joltik I had ever seen in the game. Shiny Joltik. And then later on that same day, I started playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, or PLA. And I was looking for a Wormadam because I was just trying to do like a Living Dex, so that way I can get all the researches done. So that way I can get the Shiny Charm, and just, if I wanted to hunt there just for fun, I could. Also, we got a 10K raffle. And so like, while I was playing that looking for the Wormadam, I ended up finding a random shiny Starly, or not Starly, Staravia. It just poofed like while I was like flying towards a tree. I'll tell you one thing. If the game didn't make a noise, I wouldn't notice that these Pokemon are shiny. Like in Pogo, or not in Pogo, in PLA. And then there was an event going on. I didn't realize this until after I've already gotten it, but apparently there was a event where it gave boosted odds for Kabuto and Ammonite. And so from that boosted like shiny chance, I managed to get 2 Kabutos and an Ammonite. So I got 3 more shinies on top of it. Granted with boosted odds, but still. They weren't guaranteed by any means. As far as I'm aware, they just had boosted odds. So now I have a shiny Kabuto and a shiny Kabutops in Pokemon Go. Oh, and shiny Ammonite. I didn't evolve into an Amistar. I don't know why I didn't, but I just haven't. And it's to go with my shiny Joltik and my shiny Groudon. I also have one there. I don't know why I'm getting so many shinies in Pokemon Go. But it's funny because like the thing that I mainly need in Pokemon Go is a Ditto. And I have yet to find any of the Pokemon that apparently it can be currently. Which includes like a Rhyhorn or something like that. I have like the list on my phone. Let's see if it's still, if I still have the tab open. No, my Pokemon battled hard and has returned to me. Oh yeah, since we haven't been streaming, we had like what Shining. Oh, what Shining Revelry? Is that what the new set is called? From TCG Pocket, so we might be able to open up some of those packs as well. So in Pogo right now, Ditto can be Oddish, Coughing, Rhyhorn, Goldeen, Spinarak, Numel, Bidoof, Gothita, how do you say this? Solosis? Bergmite, and Stuffle. So that's how I'm feeling right now, Stuffle. And the entire time that I was playing, I did not see a single one of any of them. And I've been playing for like, essentially since I've been on break, I've been playing Pogo. And I've yet to see a single one. Alright, let's get TCG Pocket open real quick so I can also open up those. Yeah, we have a full 4 packs to open of Shining Revelry. Let's see if Shining Revelry causes me to forget how to Shiny Hunt. Alright, so the first of 4 packs for Shining Revelry, we get a Voltorb. Is her name like Iono? Or Iono? I don't actually know what her name is. Hitmonchan, who was new. Tinkatink. And a 3rd Giratina EX for me. I'm so glad that Giratina is getting some love. Hi Saki, how are you doing today? I know I haven't been around for a while, but how are you doing? Also, don't forget to enter the raffle. Oh, I'm fighting in the game. Whoops. I'm good. How am I? I'm doing good, all things considered. I'm a little sick today, but it'll be okay. I have some kind of like things in life happening with like cats, so I haven't been able to stream. But we're here for, you know, a couple hours today. I'll intend to go to about 3. I can hear cat yelling about something. We're only going to about 3 today, so it's only like another hour or so of streaming today, just because there's stuff I still need to do this weekend. I can hear talking. So yeah, so sadly, like the next 2 days will also be fairly shorter streams, but hopefully they'll actually start at noon instead of starting at 1. But we shall see. But those will also be about 2 or 3 hours. But to get back to TCG Pocket just for a quick minute, I opened up the second pack. I saw the little rainbow effects. I'm curious what I get. We got from Shining Revelry, this is second pack. So Rattata, Bidoof, Ekans, Kadabra, and lastly, the full art Weasel. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can grab that real quick from Cerebi. Let me see if I can real quick. I forget how any of this works. Where is their TCG Pocket? Shining Revelry. I'll have to look on the screen just a moment while I try to hunt down this Weasel that I got. We'll just put this in downloads right now. All right, we got this Weasel here. A little too big. Yeah, we got this Weasel here. This is what was in the one of the packs. I'll just leave it there for a moment while I do this. We still have 2 more packs to open, so I'll just leave that on the screen for now. In case I forgot to ask, Saki, how have you been these past 2 weeks since I haven't been able to stop really by anywhere? For the third pack of Shining Revelry, we got Weedle, Lopunny, Arbok, who is new, Voltorb, and Iono again. Or Iono? What's again? Tell me how to say her name, because I really have no idea. Maybe it's a boy, I don't know. You been good lately? What have you been doing? If you don't mind me asking. Like anything fun on stream? Or like anything fun outside of it, like in real life? In the personal life, I should say. So the fourth pack of Shining Revelry is Iono, Mr. Mime, Tentacle, Riolu, and Floatzel. So we got a couple new cards, with mainly this Weasel being the highlight winner. Also, we have a 15K raffle going out since we hit a threshold. I'm gonna go TCG Pocket, so that way I don't have to keep looking at that. Yeah. But I always make the joke like nothing really changes in my life, which is why I don't have like too many update stories or fun like stories that happen in recent times, because most of the time I work night shift. So nothing happens there. So anytime I'm not streaming, there's only one day where things can occur, and it's on Tuesdays. Since my job's not the most spectacular for storytelling. But nothing really too crazily happened over the past 2 weeks, other than just, you know, spending time with Kat, which really any time with her is just crazy. And she knows it. But like I don't necessarily know what would be funny stories to tell about like the misadventures of me and Kat. No, there is funny stories that of like things that she does. Oh well, what Dragon Air, jeez. Don't forget to what? So Sal, you won the 15K. Congratulations, Alliance even. Yeah, it's just been 2 weeks of just taking care of Kat and making sure that she's good and just spending time with her. I mean, what? I'm just trying to think, like, what? We did a lot of thrift shopping. I didn't find too many, like, fun things. Not like if we found anything, we'd have anywhere to put it anyway, but we did a lot of thrift shopping. We went to like different places. We went to the gym. She went to the gym a lot these past 2 weeks. Like it felt like almost every other day she was going. She dragged me to it a couple times. I never recommend the stair stepper. She does that to like start her workout. She does 10 minutes on a stair stepper to like start it out. It's just like, bruh. I guess she wants to get all that climbing energy out of the way early, huh? But like, no, she starts off like hella strong with the stair stepper, dude. It kills me. She only does it for 10 minutes, and like it kills me just doing it for 10 minutes. I remember whenever I was younger, I used to like climb flights of stairs all the time. Like whenever I was at the beach, because my parents love going to the beach. And so I'd climb like the stairs to like race the elevators. And like even as an adult, I still do that. So maybe the stair stepper would be a good idea for me. Like one of the few things that would actually make sense to do. Are you going to lurk for a bit or we're back? No worries. Thank you for being here for any amount of time that you have been, Saki. But like, I don't know what it is. I always just had fun racing the elevator in hotels. Like, who can get up these stairs faster? Me and my trusty little legs, or an elevator that's just being pulled with like wire? Sorry. And most of the time I was actually able to beat it, unless it like got really like ludicrous on like what floor we were on. So if we were on like the 7th or 8th floor, I would probably not win. But if it was on like the 3rd or 4th, maybe even the 5th, I would win, both up and down. Granted, down's always easier, but both up and down. I don't know. It's just it's a weird thing that I've continued even now, like at my job, because there's multiple floors at my job, and I'll take the stairs if they happen to be nearby, because to me it's just faster. I mean, in my job, I have to interact with paramedics a lot, and so like even with them, they'll take the elevator because they have the cot, but like they'll take the elevator, and I'm still racing that elevator up. I don't know what's wrong with me in that regard, but if you can relate to, you know, racing an elevator upstairs, please tell me why you do it. I'd be curious to hear it. I just kind of always do it because I thought it was fun. Kind of making a game out of like climbing stairs. Can't do that on the stair stepper though. There's no elevator to chase. To chase. Also, I don't think the stair stepper is going to let me go 2 stairs at a time. Oh, I just realized I did the wrong raffle type. I think about the fact that I was already at 6,800. So yeah, we have a 10K going out. Ooh. Saki, your caps lock is always so funny to me. Every time I see it, it's just I imagine you're just so hyped that you accidentally hit the caps lock key instead of just shift. It's so adorable, it's so funny. 10 out of 10 feature. IMO. Saki, I might just make a unique command for you called the Saki caps, you know? It's so funny. Never stop. Congrats, you won the 10K. But like, yeah, other than, let me actually get rid of the police now. Other than the, like, finding ways to tangent into stories, like chasing elevators upstairs, I don't really know how to, like, remember storytelling events that I want to tell. Because like it's usually something that like jogs the memory in my head. And then another issue that kind of causes from that is I don't remember what stories I have told on stream before. So more than likely you'll hear repeats. So like for example, one of the stories I know I've told is the weird bathroom story where somebody was like trying to like very angrily get in and out of the bathroom, but both the stalls were taken. And so when they left, they were essentially making a whole like commotion with the doors because they couldn't get because they had their electric scooter in the way. I remember that story that I've told because I told that one as soon as I got back from the anniversary trip, I'm pretty sure. But like, I don't know, it's hard to piecemeal what stories I have and haven't told. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna ever remember in the future that, hey, I've told the story about me chasing elevators upstairs. I mean, I guess there's like quite a few like beach stories. I know I've told the story about whenever I got lost at Myrtle Beach. At least I'm pretty sure I told that. I know I've recently told it somewhere. I'm pretty sure I was on stream. But it's one of those things where like there's a lot of stories, but like what are the good ones? Right? Most people have like kind of like exciting stories or like they'll like flourish a little bit, but like I don't know how to do that. I'd rather just be genuine and tell the boring stories that I had as a kid and see if anyone happens to relate to it. Because not everything can always be super exciting all the time. Not like I can remember them anyway. I'm one of the worst memories that you'll probably ever encounter. But like, there's plenty of times where like we're at the beach, and it's just I'm a kid and I want to do like various different things. Like there was one night where I saw like I think they were college kids. Oh, I guess college adults at that point. But I was still a kid, and they were playing volleyball on the beach, and so I went down and played with them for a bit, and it was really fun. I think I was down there for like 3 hours. Just playing volleyball, or at least that's what it felt like, because I had never played beach volleyball. And man, it's such a weird thing, like how badly the sand restricts your movement. But it was super fun. I ended up getting locked out of the hotel because of it, because they locked the doors at like 11 or 11:30, and I think by the time I finished, it was either 12:30 or 1 in the morning. It was wild. I don't know why we were playing beach volleyball so late. They didn't even like question that, like, you know, I was just a kid. Well, I mean, they like questioned it, but like, it's not like it was like something to hark on. Like, oh man, it's a kid. Yeah, another raffle. Your grandparents' house had nice stairs, and you would regularly run up and down over and over as exercise. But see, whenever I was chasing the elevators, I didn't do it as exercise. I just did it because I wanted to chase the elevator. Dude, stairs are like, oddly enough, one of the best like exercise methods. Which I guess explains why Cat does a stair stepper. But like, the stairs I have at work, if I just run up and down those, dude, I'd be jacked. But I gotta stay up the entire night and also drive an hour back home. So I can't like exhaust all my energy running up and down stairs. But let's see, what other beach stories do I have from my time as a kid? There is, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like an annual rock festival that happens down at Virginia Beach. You loved to exercise back then and did it as much as possible. You would do it all day. I mean, I remember you took my you also took my weights that I never used. And I know that you use those for a long time, if not still. I think you have fun exercising, just in general. If only you had a gym closer to where you lived. He'd probably be more jacked than Cat was back in high school. You used to before you got, yeah, exactly. I still think you could just with a little bit more like moderation to it. I think you'd be fine. But definitely not as hard as you did back in the day. You would have to like calm it down a little bit, but I still think you could easily do it. Let's see here. I don't remember, back to the story. I don't remember what the festival was called. I just remember it happened yearly in at Virginia Beach. They had like all sorts of different bands, both free and paid ones. And like, I remember this specifically because it was just a very odd situation that I found myself in, where where essentially they went to go watch a ZZ Top concert, which is in a fairly old rock band. And the thing about it is that I didn't get up in time, but I knew where they were going. It's not Point Break Festival. It happened in, I want to say fall. It was either late summer or like early fall. Unless they changed it to that name. But like there was rock bands or not rock bands, there was just musicians everywhere up and down the strip. But like I got up late, but I knew that that's where they were going. So I ended up getting all the stuff that I was going to take with me to go there anyway. I got on the bus because we had all day passes. We had like a 3-day all day pass, which made, you know, free bus trips. And I rode it all the way down. Well, during this whole bus ride, I sat behind people that were talking about the fact that they had an extra backstage pass for some reason. I don't remember why, but they were talking about it, and I just happened to be sitting behind them. Like, I mean, if you guys don't want it, I'll take it. And I think this is what sparked my whole like, I'll take free things like mentality. Like, oh, you don't know what to do with it? I'll take it. If you don't know what to do with it, sure, why not? And it ended up being like it was a backstage pass to specifically the ZZ Top concert that my parents went to. And it was such a wild thing to just get, like just a casual free backstage pass that probably cost like $150. And I just got it for free. People had such disposable income that they gave a kid a backstage pass for free because they didn't know what to do with it. I don't know how you inadvertently get a third backstage pass. Like, how do you accidentally pay for a third one? I don't know, but it was definitely a wild thing because obviously being a kid in a backstage area, it's one of those things where it's like where's your parents? You shouldn't be back here. Where are your parents? A third person said they were coming and backed out. I mean, that's possibly, but like, they could have just bought their own pass, and even then, like, why would you say you want to go to a ZZ Top concert and then back out? Oh, come on. But that probably is the plausible thing. But as a kid, I didn't think about that. I just think, ooh, cool, free stuff. A funeral? I mean, that'd be a very sudden funeral, very quick turnaround funeral. But still, it's one of those things where it's like, it's an experience to go backstage as a kid, because you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea why all these people are acting like really weird because they're drunk and you don't realize it. You don't question why there's an X on the back of your hand. Actually, it was a stamp, but still, it was weird. Apparently, it wasn't against the rules to have kids in the backstage area. I was the only one, but they didn't have any rules against it, so they had to. They didn't stamp anyone who they didn't stamp anyone who was an adult. Did I meet ZZ Top? I did not, but I could have, but I didn't. But it was one of those things where like they didn't know what to do with a kid because one, who would come back here under the age of 21 that knows ZZ Top? And so what ended up happening is they took a stamp that was meant for oh, what is it? It was kind of like an inventory stamp. Where like you sign off on stuff, but instead of signing it, you like stamp it. like one of those. And so that's what I got stamped on the back of my hand. To like signify that I was under 21. Because there was, once again, there was no rule saying anywhere that a kid could not come to backstage. But the thing about the backstage area is that it literally, I mean, it literally was. We were directly behind the stage. It was really weird. In this like closed section that looped around to the front. But given the fact that everybody wanted to watch ZZ Top, I was primarily in the behind the stage area. You can still hear the music fine, just not like blaring. It was just one of those like weird stories that like I was just in the right place at the right time to get a free item that let me go backstage. And I've never been backstage before. So I didn't know what was the culture back there. And people hooting and hollering and smoking and all that. Granted, you're really not supposed to smoke on the beach for obvious reasons, but they're not going to be able to stop you. But it was such a crazy experience because like whenever the music ended for ZZ Top, a lot of people that were in the front section for the like the backstage passes, like they started flooding to the back, and like little old me being, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11 at the time. I might have been a little older. It was weird to have like this big rush of people come back, and then seeing ZZ Top leave out the back to come down and have like their own like little walkway to back to the bus. So like while they talked to plenty of the people who rushed the barrier in the backstage area to like talk to them, there was no way I was going to get up there. Like as a kid with the crowd of people that were there in that backstage area, because I don't think there was a limit to how many people could be back there. Because there were people that were coming and going all the time while I was there. No, it was just one of those like little fun like moments, because apparently I'd gotten there late enough to where I heard like 3 songs and they were done by then. And I think the sets are supposed to be like an hour each. So I didn't realize that, but after all of the backstage shenanigans that I laid witness to, leaving the backstage area back to, you know, the more public area, like the sidewalks and stuff like that, I eventually did catch up to my parents because they knew that it was probably over and they wanted to go watch other bands, while a lot of the crowd was wanting an encore for ZZ Top even though they'd already left. Because you know, like how if people get too excited with music, they'll like request an encore even if the band doesn't ever come back. But I ended up finding them and they were like, "Where have you been?" And I showed them the backstage pass. And I think this is probably one of the very few times I ever saw my parents like confused and bewildered about the implication that like the reason why I wasn't with them is because I was backstage. Like, how did our son get backstage when I know we didn't buy those? So they must have thought that I either stole it or got money from them and like bought it somehow. Which in retrospect probably explains the bewilderment. Where did our son get this money? Man, I explained the whole situation to them and they thought it was pretty funny. I know that at one point my dad had kept the VIP, not VIP, the backstage pass at one point because he would tell a lot of his work buddies about it. But I don't know what happened to it since. But you gotta keep in mind, this was, what, probably 15 years ago by this point, if not more. As you can see, I was left unsupervised as a child a lot, which thankfully worked out in my favor, but like ooh. All I'm saying is that as a kid, it would have been so easy to kidnap me. I was getting myself lost at Myrtle Beach. I was left unsupervised in a backstage area at a ZZ Top concert at Virginia Beach. Granted, that's during the day. The Myrtle Beach one was at night. Probably during 4th of July, I don't know. I just remember there being fireworks. But like, there's stories like that where it's... I think they're fun little stories to like look back on, but I don't know how entertaining they are to tell as a story. And so like, it's hard to parse like if I should tell the stories or not, but I think I should just because they're fun. Regardless if they're exciting or not. Because there are moments in my memory that stick out to me. Maybe I could force them up a little bit, I don't know. But it's still... It's still, like, I guess important memories to me. But regardless of how, I don't know, regardless of how, like, important it may actually be. It's hard to say. I've been blabbering for half an hour. How'd I manage that one? About a beach story. I don't know, I think as somebody who doesn't read too much, I like the notion of sharing stories. So like, if you ever have a story that you want to tell, feel free to tell it. It doesn't bother me. I like storytelling. It's always a fun like little pastime. I mean, one of my favorite book series has like storytelling in it. Like the irony that a book has storytelling. Well, like that's like a big premise of like the first book. Is like telling you about the lore of the world through storytelling. Like from the characters. But I don't really know how many of the stories I can remember from my youth would be truly entertaining. Because I didn't really do much as a kid, right? And Sal, you know this. I didn't really do much as a kid. I stayed at home, went to friends' houses, and played video games most of the time. What's up? What's up, Kat? You're gonna show the cats to the microphone? Oh, you're talking about the children. Uh-huh. Gotcha. To be fair, the last time the kids were in here, they started knocking things out. I mean, like the your lighting stand, they knocked that down. Yeah, I think they just like to knock things over because it makes a loud clunk and run away from it. Because they're like, oh my god, I did that. Yeah, there's about half an hour left. Okay, I was going to let you know there's about half an hour left. Alright. Where was I before she came in? Vocal stemming for the fun. Oh, but yeah, so you could attest that I really just didn't do much as a kid. I like video games too much, so I didn't really do too many crazy things. I mean, like, some of the, like literally one sentence stories I can tell you is that there was one time I was scared. I shouldn't say one sentence, but that's just a very short story. Like from when I was a kid. I don't know why, but I was scared to like jump down like a ledge. It was really weird. Like it wasn't even that far. It was like a little plus my height jumping down. Like my current height. I'm 5'11". And so like I was jumping down like around 6 feet. Like for some reason as a kid I was terrified. By the way, we hit 7,000 resets. Just to let you know, 7,000 in an or we did 500 resets in an hour with distractions. Yeah, so 20,000 raffle going out for you if you want to join. Now would be the time to. Man, it was just really weird that I was scared to jump from such a small height, all things considered. It was really weird. And like my friends at the time, they did it just fine. It was odd. When you by the way, I want to ask this before I read this. You're fine with me reading this out loud, right? Like obviously if you're typing in the chat, you're fine with it, but I just want to make sure. All right. When you were pretty little, your mom took you to her friend's apartment. You really want to go to the playground outside. Your mom told you to, but forgot to tell which apartment it was. So when you came back, you went to the wrong apartment and played with the kids' toys for like 2 hours. You played their video games and overwrote their saves. Dear Lord, you were a menace. Like, those kids are probably like, what happened to my saves? I know, I'd be confused. I was just playing this yesterday. Why is my saves reset? What kind of weird glitch is this? Oh man, you want to talk about some weird stuff that happened like as a kid? This was upsetting to me at the time because it was several of my games. The door was just unlocked for some reason. Dude, the early 2000s. The early to mid 2000s were wild. Nobody had anything locked. Everything was unsupervised for some reason. There was a time where my cousin, at least I think it was my cousin. It was either my cousin or my brother. I'm pretty sure it was my cousin. He wanted to borrow some of my games because I had like some pretty cool games that I probably shouldn't have had. But like one of them was Scalar, which is a rated E game that's kind of like an action platformer, which I probably should play on stream at some point. Essentially, a boy gets turned into this weird alien lizard thing. At the very beginning of the game, has to, traverse through a different world to get back home and become human again, because like some government agency shenanigans. So it was, I think it was a rated E game. It might have been rated T at the most. But like I lent him that game. I lent him a game called Dark Watch, which is another game I want to play on stream. It's a rated M game that essentially you're playing as a how do I phrase this? You're playing as a gothic cowboy bounty hunter guy who is trying to prevent the world from being taken over by like vampires, but there's other supernatural things going on in the world too. It actually has like choice-based storytelling, but it's a first-person shooter. And it was such a wild game. It was on like PS2 and the original Xbox. I definitely should not have been having that as a kid. But it's definitely an M-rated game. But it was I lent that one out, and I think I lent out Kingdom Hearts 2, which Kingdom Hearts 2 is a very popular game. I don't know how to explain that game. And there was other games I know I lent out, but those are the three I remember. I think he had like 6 or 7 of my PS2 games. And somebody like broke into his house and stole those games. Like, come on. I never, like, somebody broke in and stole my games from his house that I let him. Like, man, those were good games too. Scalar, despite being like relatively unknown, is a really fun game. Dark Watch is a fairly fun shooter, which I'm sad has never gotten like a remake or anything like that. It'd be wild to play that game in the modern day with modern advancements. And then Kingdom Hearts 2, obviously a classic PS2 game that's seen re-releases with the 2.5 remix and the bundle that's on Xbox and PlayStation. Discord, I don't have it open on my computer. Oh, did you grab the description of Dark Watch? I remember you played as what, Jericho, right? Yeah, Jericho Cross. So let me read this verbatim with what you said. Dark Watch, sometimes subtitled Curse of the West, which I didn't know that, is a steampunk first-person shooter video game developed by Sammy Studios in 2005. Now High Moon Studios, which High Moon Studios is a very popular studio. Just want to point that out for usually helping other studios with games. Like, for example, if I remember correctly, High Moon Studios, I think, actually helped with some stuff in Destiny 2. If I remember correctly, it was them. So yeah, High Moon Studios, creators of Transformers War Cybertron, and distributed by Capcom in the US and Ubisoft in the UK for the PS2 and Xbox. Original Xbox. It's 1876, I didn't remember which year. And an age of darkness has come upon the Wild West. You are Jericho Cross, gunslinger, renegade, outlaw. Behind you lies a bloody trail of robbery and revenge. Ahead of you lies one last train to rob. Yeah, because that's the first mission of the game. You're robbing a train. I don't even have to read the rest of this to tell you how that first mission goes either. Like, you go, like, you're told to rob this train because there's like untold riches. And like, it actually has like a terrible like curse hidden within the vault of the train. It's wild. Except Jericho couldn't have picked a worse train to rob. Let's see here, the ones owned by the Dark Watch, which is the namesake of the game, and the train's cargo is not gold, but a prison cell containing a powerful vampire lord named Lazarus Malkuth, the original founder of the Dark Watch, which I definitely don't remember that. It's been years since I played this game. Young gun Dark Watch agent Cassidy Sharp tries to stop Jericho from blowing the cell open, but it is too late. And Lazarus is freed, and with him comes a terrible curse, unleashing all manner of undead horrors on the Old West. Like, literally, as soon as he's released, zombies. Like, they just start emerging. It's weird. Wolves. In the process, Jericho is bitten and begins to turn into a vampire. Now he must find the Dark Watch and help them hunt and destroy Lazarus or be forever damned. So, yeah, what's not included in that description is that the story unfolds based on very specific events that you go with. There are, I believe, and I'm probably wrong with this because it's been years, I believe there are 3 endings. And they each have different boss fights associated with them. And this is recalling memories from when I was 13 or 14. It sounds cool. It's a really cool game. Like, all things considered, it's a really cool game. It can be hard at times. Granted, as a kid, I didn't really have that much experience with first-person shooters other than like maybe Black Ops 2, and I think that was after Dark Watch. Oh yeah, it had to be after Dark Watch because I didn't get a 360. Oh, I didn't get a 360 until I was in high school, I'm pretty sure. I mainly played PS2 in middle school and stuff like that, which is when I played Dark Watch. Oh my god, Dante, hi Freshie, how are you? You kind of came in at an interesting time. I'm only going to be going for about another 20 minutes or so. But yeah, I definitely highly recommend Dark Watch. It's such a wonderful game. Like, it's obviously dated. I sound different. Do I have a cold, or are you tweaking? No, I have a cold. I'm definitely sick. Yeah, I've been trying to mute the microphone anytime I have to cough, but sometimes like it just hits me. And obviously I can't stop the sniffling every so often. So all 3 streams for Pokemon this week that are like 2 or 3 hours, I'll probably have that. I don't know, maybe I'll feel better by Monday. Who knows? But if you ever do get a chance to, I'd highly recommend playing Dark Watch. You wish you had 6,000 orbs at the beginning? It happens. The Nintendo Direct was insane. I heard some things about it. I saw the wackiness that was Mario Kart World. There's the GameCube for Nintendo Switch Online. There's Metroid Prime 4. Oh, there was other stuff. I think there's a Tamagotchi like game coming out too. GameCube games coming to Switch. You think I'd be happy? Okay. So the thing about the GameCube is I didn't grow up with it. My cousin, who actually had the game stolen from, he had the GameCube, and the only game I remember playing on it very specifically was Super Mario Sunshine. I think maybe I played Luigi's Mansion as well, but I know for a fact that I played Super Mario Sunshine over there, and I think that was like really the only game I played. There was one time I stayed over the night, and I don't know what it was, but I called my mom at like 2:30 in the morning because I wanted to go home. I didn't want to stay up the entire night. Yeah, yes. If that's, I can't remember. We had an argument about this on stream once. But yeah, I mean, I didn't have a GameCube while I was growing up. I got your GameCube after I graduated. I think you were still in school. I know I had graduated by then. The huge thing is Silk Song is coming. I still haven't played the first one. I should probably do that. But I don't want to have to go after the Iron achievement. But no, I've been hearing that everybody's freaking out about Silk Song. Like, aside from like Hollow Knight just being a good game, why is everyone so excited for Silk Song? Like, was there something about Silk Song that's supposed to make it like crazy? You've kind of started playing Hollow Knight. You say kind of, but you stayed up to 2 a.m. the other day. Sometimes when you get invested in a game, you don't want to stop. I don't blame you. Because Silk Song was hinted at in 2019. Well, Metroid Dread was hinted at in like Metroid Fusion. And that was like 13 years before, like something like that, 13 years before the game came out. Those players have been waiting 6 years. Brother, I've been waiting my entire life for a sequel to Legend of Dragoon. Or like a remake or a remaster. And that game's still stuck on the PS1. I guess technically it has backwards compatibility now, but it used to not. As in, they have a news page, and if there are any subtle updates on even the metadata of the game in the stores. Dude, superfans are wild, man. If you get a good game going, people will be like that. I mean, I can respect it. But then they decide the Switch montage. Oh yeah, let's just slide it. This looks so casually in the montage. How did that game not reset? I know it seems unceremonious to be like, yeah, let's just slide this in, right? Like, I know it may seem like a little unceremonious to do that, but bruh, nice gamble all. I'm pretty sure that puts you in the top 5 now. Going from 60,000 to 120,000. Bruh. Yeah, top 5. And now you're still in the top 5 because Chimera is still 4,000 ahead of you. Hi, Freshy Churcher. But dude, I think it being unceremonious like that is actually a good thing, in my opinion. Because it means that more news is to come. Also, rip. It's okay. You'll do like you did that one time where you just kept gambling and kept winning. Let's go gambling. I just keep winning. By the way, you didn't even win that month, did you? Because I think you gambled and lost all at one point. Yeah. A little early for a raffle there, buddy. I guess that'll be the raffle for 7125. Is this supposed to be like a vampire or a devil or something? Shinku. A bungle. They deserve it? You're saying Freshie deserves a raffle because of the fact that they decided to gamble 130,000 red orbs away? The craziest part is that Hollow Knight is humongous already. Yeah. It is pretty big. But I think it's better to do it that way though. With loads of stupid bosses. Nothing wrong with that. Stupid bosses all the way. Your coverage is replayability. By like learning how to perfect each boss. Saying that Silk Song would have over 150 new base enemies. Oh, so it's essentially a completely new. Okay. I know that sometimes sequels want to carry some stuff from the original to make it easier, but that's probably why the game took so long to build. It sounds like they had to start from the ground up with it. Probably kept the same engine, but they had to restructure everything, along with enemies and stories and bosses. You think the story carries off from Hollow Knight a bit? Gotcha. I still need to play it. I need to find a way. I guess I could just make another Xbox account, but I need to find a way that allows me to just play the game without having to worry about the achievements for it. Because some of those games I don't want to have to 100% for the sake of achievements. Because I know that Iron, the Iron mode in that, like where you have to get like, what is it? You have to get like 100 and like that game can go up to like what 100 and some percentage or 200% or something like that. Let me look at what the achievement I'm thinking of is called. Hollow Knight. 112, yeah. I think the achievement that I'm thinking about, you only need to get to 100 or something. Yeah, achieve 100% game completion and finish the game in Steel Soul mode. Steel Soul mode. I don't want to have to do that. Because that's the permadeath mode, right? There's already an achievement for just completing the mode, but 100% game completion with it is wild. Your friend is beating all Pantheons. Pantheon's the like, you choose a boss and has a harder type fight tied to it, right? And I think there's like, I think it's what you get like a gold medal or something like that if you do it without getting hit. Pantheon is basically bosses all in a random breaks. Okay. Boss rush mode. The 5 sips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Give me just one moment. I need to do something since I know we're gonna be wrapping up here soon. Alright. There are different debuffs that you can give yourself for moving how much max soul you have. That allows you to get buffs in other runs. The Hollow Nest... Or, sorry, Hollow Nest Pantheon is the hardest fight. Interesting. I mean, here's the thing. I'm no stranger to hard fights. I love Dark Souls. Like, and like, hard fights and, like, mastering them and stuff like that. So that wouldn't mess me up. I just don't like permadeath modes. I don't even like games that, like, have permadeath, like Battle Royales. I don't like those. No, because you face every boss in the game back to back. It's not like the normal Pantheon with 6 bosses. It's all the Pantheons in a row with period breaks. That seems pretty cool, actually. Ads, rip ads. Oh, I'll give it a raffle since that's gonna... Pidgey. Here, how many resets can I get in 8 minutes? I don't know, man. Putting Elden Ring on Switch, to be fair. Oh, they're also doing a, like... Oh, I can't remember what it is. It's like... I'm not thinking of the new one that's coming up, but there's like an exclusive, like, Souls-like game that's coming to Switch, right? If I remember correctly. Wasn't that also announced at the Direct? I think that's gonna be a really cool one. Bloodseekers or something? Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's close to that. I don't think that's the name of it, but you're probably as close as anyone's probably gonna get that without saying the actual name. Yeah, something Bloodborne related. That'd be funny. But no, I think that looks like it's gonna be a fun game. I don't know if I'll ever play it, but it looked like it'd be fun. Duskbloods, thank you. Also, speaking of Final Fantasy, next week, or maybe the week after, I don't know. It depends on when I can get back into normal streaming schedule. We should be starting Final Fantasy VIII. The goal for the next set of games, aside from obviously Pokemon, is on Sundays it's going to be Final Fantasy VIII, and then on Monday it's going to be Split Fiction with your boy Sal here. So we'll see how well that's gonna go. I check myself. I'm about to have to end stream. I'm about to check myself for the next couple hours. Not this Monday. It's gonna be Mondays though. Thank you for the check yourself. Ugh. But yeah, the Split Fiction stuff will be on Mondays, Sal. That licky emote makes me uncomfy. I love it. Alright, I think we'll get up to 72. We'll probably wrap up there for the day. Wow. Trying to lick K-Pet's, not Poggy's body. Even if it's a 2-day warning before we play so you can prepare. Oh, no, I will. Don't worry. I just don't know when it's going to be yet. But it will be a Monday. You gotta go, but I'm also about to be going, so have fun. No worries. Thank you for stopping by, Freshie. I hope you have a good day. I'll also be back tomorrow with more Pokemon shiny hunting. We'll be doing it all weekend, but it's only gonna be for a couple hours each day. Yeah. Hi/bye, Freshie Char Char. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the raffle. Like I said, 7,200 will wrap up for the day. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the ranting and raving for like essentially telling stories about my childhood and the silly things that kind of happened. I need to find a way to remember like more of my childhood stories because they're good time wasters. While I wait for a shiny to appear. Alright, we got 2 more checks today. Also, so you asked earlier if I'll remember the outro. I think I do. Alright, last check of the day, boys. I got my Rambo knife out. Koki's sleeping on the blue chair with my green eye. I do apologize for the kind of lower energy, but once again, I am sick. Hope it'll be better tomorrow. Yep, that is the last check of the day, boys and girls of YouTube and Twitch. I mean, it's a shame, but oh well, it happens. We did, what, 700 checks today? Because we started at 6,500. Here for day 64. But with that, I will be wrapping up here on YouTube and then shortly on Twitch. So with that, YouTube, if you have any stories that you want to share, feel free to leave them in the comments. But with that, thank you all for coming. I'll be Jeladu and Memento Mori. Have a good one, YouTube.